Alright boys, let's see if we can actually stay alive with this garbage uniform. Let's go. Oh my gosh. In case you thought I was joking. Wow. All those hits didn't even trigger the proc. Bro, the hits are so... Bro, the hits are doing so little damage that the damage proc is literally refusing to activate. Yeah. Like, the only difference between this garbage and the other garbage is that it wastes more time because we stay alive longer. I would have preferred to die quicker. Alright, so let me show you guys the Requiem uniform in action, or at least the Requiem uniform in action with a 140 damage proc and the rotation that I think is the safest to use, considering the fact that none of our skills are really cancelable and we're not trying to die out here. Oof. 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 Alright, we paralyzed her. Big damage. Alright. Oh, almost got me. Ooh. No, sir. Oh, come on, stop it. Stop it. Even though I'm hitting you so many times, like, stop it. Stop it. Alright, so we beat her in 1 minute, but we could have been a little bit faster, but she kept spamming the lightning blades or whatever to try and kill us. So let's jump in after we've transcended her and see how much more damage she does. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Marvel Future Fight video. And today's topic is Gamora's Requiem uniform and whether or not you should actually be purchasing this thing. Let me just start off by saying I absolutely love the aesthetics of the uniform. It captures the essence of the Requiem uniform straight out of the comics. Love that, okay? And this is Gamora's most powerful uniform to date. The two that she had before, they're complete garbage. The only difference between the Guardians of the Galaxy base kit and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is an iframe. The damage is abysmal, and all new, all different barely did anything for her as well. So two garbage uniform and the base kit for her being garbage. It was pretty easy for them to bring her up to 2022 standards, and they did so quite nicely. However, I think they kind of robbed Gamora, okay? Even though she is going to be one of the strongest speed supervillain characters in the game, effectively pushing Bullseye out of Extreme Alliance battle and relegating him to simply squad battle for the majority of the ABX seasons. Bullseye will return at some point because of the fact that he has burn on a couple different skills, so you're still gonna need him in Extreme Alliance battle because, based on my memory, Corvus Glaive, who you're going to be using Gamora with now, does not have burn. So Bullseye, even though he's getting pushed out of Extreme Alliance battle, and now he's going to primarily be filling a role for many people in squad battle, the people who actually want to push and get top 3 every week to get extra Mandalay gem fragments, they're going to be using Bullseye in here every single week. However, for everybody else, if you're simply just playing ABX to get top score and don't care about squad battle, Gamora will be replacing Bullseye, based on what I'm seeing so far in terms of her damage and her potential to do damage. However, I personally think they shortchanged Gamora because of the fact that her skills are not up to 2022 standards. These skills still feel a bit dated. Now, let me say this, in terms of buffs, they went above and beyond for her. The damage accumulation is absolutely amazing, and her passive is bonkers, okay? Cosmic Enforcer, giving her 45% more damage to everyone, and then the skill damage and bonus damage being 45 and 35% respectively is very, very good. And then based on the uniform bonus, you can see what they wanted for her. They wanted her to be ABX meta because of the fact that they gave her additional crit damage, meaning they want you to run her with a CTP of Rage that natively gives you crit rate. But then in addition to that, they gave her 35% guaranteed dodge and then 30% guaranteed crit rate, which means when she's getting hit, she has a chance to activate the CTP of Rage. When she's attacking, she has a higher chance that is to crit, and that also has a chance of triggering the CTP of Rage. So what they had in mind for her was most definitely Extreme Alliance Battle. However, because of that, they gave her, I honestly believe, an outdated skill set. For example, if we go into the skill preview menu here and take a look at Gamora's skills. Okay, this is her third skill. I'm not even gonna show it. Well, I'll show you the ones and twos, but this is her fourth skill. And you might look at this and you're saying, wow, they look really, really cool. And I'm not gonna knock you for that. They do look really, really cool, especially that fifth skill, right? I'll show you the ones and twos as well, but for the most part, you're not really gonna be using them. I like the iframe on the two, I will say that, right? And then the one is okay. The problem I have, and the reason why I think Gamora's skill set is dated, is the fact that you can't cancel any of her skills and get the residual hits. Meaning, if you use the third, there's no way you can like cancel out of it and then still get all of the residual hits. If you use the fourth, you can't cancel out of it part way and get the residual hits. And if you use the five and try to cancel out of it, there's nothing you can do to get the residual hits. You can see this is a skill set that is very, very dated. And the reason why that's an issue is, look at how the game is played in 2022. Look at some of the strongest characters in the game and what makes them so powerful. For example, Moonstone. The reason primarily why Moonstone is as strong as she is, let me just say this. Gamora can be unique and different from every other character in the game. That's fine, right? But part of the reason why a lot of the characters that we have right now are so powerful is because of the fact that you can chain multiple skills together. So for example, with Moonstone, you come in and let's just have her spawn in. You go 4, 5, 6, 3, and then you have all those skills hitting at the exact same time. You have 3 different skills going off simultaneously. The reason why that's so impactful is there's this thing called a damage proc, right? You would think that right here where it says increase basic damage by 200% for one attack, that would lead you to believe that you can only land that 200% proc on one skill. But what if a skill can be cancelled and all of the effects, all of the damage be chained together with multiple other skills? That's what you do with Moonstone. So instead of only using one skill and getting the 200% proc, you're actually activating 3 skills, which gives you like technically 600% extra damage because you have 3 skills going off simultaneously. Some characters in the game can activate 4 or 5 skills and have all those effects going off at the exact same time, and then you could flip that 200% proc times 5 skills attacking. That's 1,000% more damage. In case you didn't know how a damage proc works, that's why you see such a massive spike when you chain skills together, because this one attack can actually sometimes be 4 or 5 attacks being amplified times 200. The reason why that's a problem for Gamora is she's not going to be able to benefit from chaining her skills together. And even though she's meant to be used with a rage, the skills themselves, they have a long duration, and I don't think you're gonna be able to get all of the hits from the skills to line up with a CTP of rage. So they kind of limited her use to simply being a rage character. If you're using her with a regular proc, you're gonna be canceling out of the 3 and the 4, proccing on the 5 because the 5 does more damage than the 3 and the 4 based on my testing. And if you're using her with a rage, some of your attacks are not going to be in the rage proc. I don't know what they were thinking. Well, I know what they're thinking. They're thinking ABX meta, give her all the tools to be ABX meta, and then worry about the technicality of the skills later, I guess. But anyways, let's take a look at how she does at tier 2, and then we're gonna transcend her and see how much she improves. I know it seems like I'm complaining about nothing, but trust me when I say it's a big deal. There's part of the reason why characters like Loki are so strong, and you can use them. They're versatile. They can use rage, but they can also use other CTPs, is because of the fact that they can cancel multiple skills and chain them together, right? Loki has chain hit damage on his uniform, so him being able to go 3, 4, and then 5, and then have the 4 be hitting while the 3 and the 5 are still hitting, that's why Loki does so much damage, because the 3 summoning those summons that explode and do all those damage, you can still get that even if you don't let the skill play out. Same goes for the 5, right? So I don't know why they decided not to make it so Gamora could chain her skills together, but it's kind of a bummer, okay? It's kind of a bummer, but I digress. Let's dive into the video and let's see how much she improves. Okay, so for any of you guys who want to see what her stats look like before and after we transcend her, you can see right here she gets about 11,000 physical attack and almost 30,000 HP, which is actually pretty good for a speed type, especially one that's not getting a tier 3 but is actually being transcended. So let's actually pop that, and then let's take her into World Boss Legend after we see how much she improves against Proxima. Alright boys, let's see how much faster she's gotten. We're gonna go 3, 4, 6, and then 5. Okay, good damage. Okay, good damage. Let's use the 1. Let's go 3, 4. Okay, so a pretty decent increase. She went from taking, what, a minute last time to 30 seconds this time, so pretty much double the DPS. That's pretty good. Let's check her out in World Boss Legend. Alright guys, so one thing I want to talk to you guys about really quickly here is when it comes to Gamora and the restrictions that are in place in World Boss Legend. So you can see once you get past stage 9, it locks out females, and then once you get up to 15, it locks out everybody except humans. So Gamora is gonna have to be really powerful, or you're gonna have to have really good cards or give her a really good build for her to actually be of use to you, especially if you're trying to push against Null or Mephisto, because she's gonna get locked out all the way up until stage 25, and then after 25 she's gonna get locked out again at 30, and she's not gonna be viable until you get to 35, where you can actually use super villains. After that, I don't even think she has the agility tag. Let me just check really quickly. She does. So you'll be able to use her from 40 all the way up to 50. Actually, no, you can't use her here because even though it's speed, it's actually speed hero. Oh my goodness, yeah. So the restrictions are going to require her to be really powerful. I don't know if she's going to be powerful enough to do stage 40, but I will be exploring that once I give her a better build. For now, we're going to check her out against Null on stage 9, since I don't have a CTP on her, and you need a CTP to go past 20. And those same restrictions are going to be in place for you against Mephisto. You're going to get locked out until you get to stage 30. That requires females, and then after that you can use her again on 40, which requires super villains. So yeah, Gamora, tall order for this girl. Okay, so I think we skipped one cage and then the second one came, so we're able to go through that. I'm not too sure why they made her so wonky with this outdated build where you can't like cancel skills and get residual hits. I think that cost her a bunch of damage, to be honest. But again, it might just be me and me liking how certain characters can chain skills together and seeing the bars fly off. But she's actually doing decent damage here, but this is, let's be honest, this is a low level. Okay, and also there seems to be that range issue on the awaken skill, where if the boss moves out of the range of the awaken skill, you lose all the damage. It's kind of like Mr. Sinister and Psylocke. Oh, Psylocke and Colossus, yeah, so all them guys. I don't know what's up with that, bro. I think the ultimate skill for every character should have some type of tracking on it. But maybe, hey man, you just need to get good, I guess. I'm gonna try and push him up. Oof. Oof. Alright, he finessed out of there. I don't think this is a fast time by any means, but do keep in mind that's a 140 proc on her. Let's go. She's easy to play though, and easy to proc with a damage proc, I will say that. So even though she's a rage character, you can play her with a proc. There are some characters that are like legitimately unplayable if you use them with a damage proc. I wouldn't say she's one, but she does give me Kingpin vibes, where she was made for a specific piece of content and everything else is just gonna be like suboptimal. Like in World Boss Legend, I really doubt she's gonna be keeping up with Loki, Athena, or any of the gods that we know and love currently. But hey, I could be wrong. I could give her an energy or a destruction and she could just blow me away, or I could just give her a rage and she blows me away with that. So realistically, I don't want to shoot her down just yet. So leave me your thoughts in the comments. Am I making a mountain over a molehill? Let me know, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.